It is time, boys. It is really time. We are a few days removed from the Ravens playing their first playoff game against the Texans. And this is going to be a preview for this game. So, if it's your first time stopping by, subscribe, click the like button, comment down below what you're looking forward to in this game. And yeah, let's get this show started. So, the Ravens, they're coming off a first round bye. And the Texans are coming off a blowout win against our divisional rivals, against the Cleveland Browns. So yeah, that is something. So we're going to take a look at the injury report for the game, uh, because by the time I'm recording, it is already out. So let's get right into it. So for us, questionable, Mark Andrews, he has an ankle injury. Devin Duvernay with a back injury. Delshon Phillips with shoulder. And Ardarius Washington with a pec injury. Three of them are supposed to be making a return. Harbaugh said that Duvernay is going to come back. He will be good to go. So the other three is questionable. Mark Andrews only started practicing last week, I think. He came back to practice last week. And he is back. So it looks like Harbaugh was not lying about there being an outside chance at Mark Andrews coming back this season at all. A few weeks after that Bengals game, where he got hurt in week 11. So his return will be greatly appreciated. But yeah, for the Texans, they only have two questionables: Andrew Beck and George Fant. Jerry Hughes will be out, and then they recently placed Noah Brown in the injury report. In injury reserve. Yeah. So they are gonna have Will Anderson, Nico Collins. I mean, even though Nico Collins he looks like he did not even practice all week. He didn't. Nico Collins is gonna still play. Looks like Chris Boyd, Blake Cashman, Will Anderson, Malik Collins, Dieter Easelin, Christian Harris, Jonathan Grenard as well. He went from, limited in practice, limited. We'll see how it is. If he's that banged up for this game. Robert Woods, he was also limited all week with a hip. Sheldon Rankins, he was limited. He went from didn't practice, and then limited in their last practice. So, yeah. So here's the thing. The Texans are going to be relatively healthy. Well, they aren't going to have a lot of guys out for this game. They are missing two of their wide receivers, however. Noah Brown and Tank Dell, which they had both of them in the week 1 matchup, by the way. They had both of them. So, us missing Marlon Humphrey is going to look less worse. We did handle them pretty well in the week 1 game. And Marlon Humphrey didn't play either. And we had a lot of question marks in that secondary as well. And they handled well. They handled well. So here's the thing. You're looking at this. And I'm just looking at this and being like, yeah, okay. Thank God we had that first round bye. Because Ravens were banged up. We still practiced during the bye. So that's something we did different compared to 2019. 2019, we took the entire week off in our first round bye and came back to practice in the game week. But we practice. We took 3 days of practice during our bye week. And then we just, again, we practiced 3 days as well in this week. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We had 6 practices. And then we had a lot of guys come back. Like, Zay Flowers had a bit concerning injury. You know, he had a calf that he's been dealing with for a long time. For a long time, he played through it. And then he got all that rest. He should be back. Should be totally back. But, yeah. My takeaway is, thank God we had that first round bye week, because exactly what I said was going to happen after the Rams game. I think I said that after the Rams game recap towards the end of the video. I said that the first seed is so beneficial for us in such a good AFC. So because it would let all these other teams blow each other's heads off. It let them just get injured. Just go. You guys battle it out while we're watching and preparing for the next opponent. And whoever's coming to Baltimore is wounded. And we're all rested up. Right? And I know there has been people saying, you know, like, hey, look what happened in 2019. Oh, first round bye. We're doing a lot of things different. And we have a totally different roster than 2019. So miss me with that shit. And then the whole history repeats itself. What you can do is do that for literally everything in life. Basically. So don't try using this argument. Because, hey, history repeats itself. We can go down the list of a lot of things lots of things where the Texans are not at the right side of history of. Right? First off, Lamar's 3-0 against the Texans in his career. He has not lost a game, and he has pretty good stats against them. So, you can shove that up your ass, too. Oh, and you want me to keep going? The Texans are 0-4 on the road in the playoffs all time. They have never won a road playoff game. Oh, another stat. They have never beaten the Ravens in the playoffs. So what you can do is use this against anybody. Oh, and one last thing. The Ravens have averaged 12... Not the Ravens. The Texans in Baltimore at M&T Bank have averaged all time in all 7 games about 12 points. They have averaged 12 points against the Ravens at M&T Bank. And they have never won at M&T Bank either. So, miss me with that argument of, 2019 happened, so it's going to happen again. Like, dude, if you're going to use the whole history repeats itself BS, then use it against... Keep that same logic. And if anything, in this context, it does not work well for the Texans. So stop with that shit. Like, bro, the boys are locked in. We have a way better team than in 2019. We are not one-dimensional anymore. We have literally, like, bro, this year's different, bro. This year's different. We have the number 1 defense. Triple Crown defense, by the way. And our offense has just gone hot. And also it's a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, which we handle very generally well. And all these Ravens fans as well who just see, we're scared of playing this team, that team, this team, that team. Every single time a team does something good, like, stop. Because that was what made Wildcard Weekend extremely insufferable in that department. Because you gotta beat the best to be the best. If we beat the Texans, we have the Chiefs or Bills. We face either of them. So stop with that BS. The Ravens have to be in their A game in this game. They have to They have to bring their A game, not their B, not their C. It's a playoff game. It's win or go home. What we have to do, establish the run game, and then after that, we have to be able to. And then after that, if we're able to do that, these 3 yards, 3-yard run, 4-yard run, 5-yard run, 3-yard run, and then followed by a 10-yard run, and then a little read option maybe by Lamar. And we are going to be able to implement the play action as well. And that Texans defense is not good against the pass. So to win this game anyways, part of winning this game is going to have to be passing the ball. And what I would love to see if Mark Andrews plays, I want to see more of Andrews and Likely on the field. Greg Roman hasn't been able to use. He just didn't know how to, right? He just wasn't using it properly. Todd Monken knows how to use it. The thing is, he doesn't use it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does this game. It would be totally new to defenses. Because we've barely used it, and when we have used it, the rare times we have, our EPA looks very, very good. It looks very good. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So, yeah. About Todd Monken, I expect, if you watch Todd Monken in college, in the playoffs with Georgia, he has a bag. He has a lot of plays. He has a vault. He's the definition of having a vault. He actually has a vault, not Greg Roman with the fake vault, right? Which has never been, it has never been opened. There's never a vault to begin with, even though he says it. But Todd Monken, it seemed like he was holding back a little for a good part of the season. I think he's going to throw everything at the Texans' way, and I think they're going to crumble under it. Same with Lamar. Lamar, locked in. They have all the narratives. It's the only narrative left. It's the only narrative left. So he's not going to... I don't think he's letting that happen. Again, he's locked in. It's been a word you've seen thrown around a lot the past several weeks, but that's what it is. That's exactly what it's been. It's been locked in. And honestly, I think we should be able to handle them well, and get into the AFC Championship. So, yeah, we should, on defense, Mike Macdonald has played C.J. Stroud twice. He's played him twice. And I don't think he's beat him. I don't think he's beat him at all. Yeah, because in college, in Michigan, I don't think they've never beat Michigan. He's never beat Michigan. So, yeah. He knows him very well. He knows C.J. Stroud very well. His weaknesses is what he's good at. So I would expect them. Maybe they gash us. They throw something different at us in the first quarter, and then after that, what we do, we adjust. He's very good at making adjustments throughout the game, especially when things don't go our way defensively at first. So I do expect the game to be a lot like the week 1 game, People like to say the Texans are different from week 1, but we are very different. We are much more different than they are different. So let's stop with that nonsense as well. We are very much different than week 1. We had a new receiving core. We had a quarterback that hasn't played for 10 months. We had a new coordinator, new system, defense missing players. Like, it hasn't even started yet for us. And CJ Stroud has played a game more recently than Lamar at the time. Lamar missed about 10 months. CJ Stroud, he was playing back in January of 2023. So, here we go. My score is 27-13 Ravens. That's going to be my score prediction right here. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Click the like button. Comment down below your thoughts. See you guys in the next one.